I went through Buffalo Valley Hohenwald, and I didn't want to go, to be honest. The first day with my social anxiety, I was, kind of stayed away and stayed to myself. But they brought me in to the Perry House there, and there was a group of guys that looked just like I did. We were all wearing gym shorts and cut-off shirts, and then I went over and met our, counselors that day and all of that. One of the counselors, Saul, there made a huge impact on me. And he came through and he was wearing a spider. We had to wear the COVID mask, and he had a Spider-Man one on. And my kid loves Spider-Man, and he just immediately broke that ice and started going in with it. So going through there, it was a real blessing. Whenever I went, I had 2 or 3 guys immediately make me feel at home, and had that we can do this attitude together. And coming through, it took me less than a week before I was up at 6:45 in the morning, like, let's go. It was a whole different lifestyle change. I didn't know when I woke up in the morning, getting high was the first thing that I done. So having to get up in that morning and make it to 10 o'clock in the morning and be like, man, I feel all right. That was a whole different experience. I'm from a small town where there's really nothing. And so there's really no job opportunities or nothing like that. So they suggested I move to Nashville. And when I went into Nashville, the Buffalo Valley set me up with Second Chance. It's a halfway house. And I went in there, and that day I had 3 job interviews. It was just entry-level stuff. And so I cut yards to make my rent and all of that. And my roommate worked at the Detox in Nashville. And he's like, we need help here bad. And I was like, me, please, me. And I just assumed me coming in, I'd be under a microscope the entire time. But I've really got the room and the trust from people. Like, I've had to put in to show that I was going to show up for work and all of that. But whenever I started coming in and being dedicated, they really gave me room to start making my own decisions and to grow, and gave me opportunities. I was like, man, I can have an accolade. I can have letters behind my name in an email. This is amazing. And having that come through, it's just been a joy to work and helping people just like me. As hectic as our place is, you really have to take the time just to make that individual connection. I really try to go the extra mile, put in the extra effort. If you take that minute to tell your story, then you're going to find a connection with most people on some level. A lot of people have a story just like mine. I made a lot of horrible decisions, and those horrible decisions get painted as you're a bad person. You do bad things equals bad person. And that's generally not the case. Most of the guys that we have come through are sweethearts that want their kids back. They just don't know how to do it. And my son, who's 10, living 2 hours away from him is hard. But me and him had a conversation about, 6 months to a year ago or so. And I was like, if you want me to, I'll move back down here. I'll get a job at a factory. You know what I mean? If you want me to be here, closer to you so I can come pick you up at any time. He was like, no, Dad, you're helping other people get their dads back. And I cried like a baby. I really feel like with the support of my kid and the support of Buffalo Valley that I'm where I need to be.